Hi everybody, it is Tuesday, October 12th, and yeah, I'm just checking in like usual. I'm gonna give you my take on what's going on lately. So, as you noticed, there's more and more truth coming out. So I think really, in a sense, that's what October is going to be all about. But sometimes I think for all of us that have figured this out, years ago, let alone a year ago, we were really hoping a lot of this truth would roll out by now, and we can sort of get on with rebuilding. But I think what I've come to realize now, and I've been getting messages and watching different channels and things like that, and I realized that the people that are fighting for us, I mean, we're fighting along with them, especially with our consciousness and our will to survive and our will to change. But the ones fighting for us, I think they realize the responsibility is to try to wake up everybody. But, you know, that's going to be completely difficult. I mean, eventually, let's say, years from now, everybody will be on board with finding out what's been happening. But right now, I think what they keep shooting for is for a higher percentage of people to be awake and aware. So I think that's kind of where we're at right now. Is that just it almost sounds like or feels like they're kind of stretching it out, but in reality, it's kind of a nicer way of doing this. It's kind of a softer rollout instead of so like for me and a lot of other people. We just wished it would have just exposed everybody right away. Just rip the band-aid off and let's go on. Let's get on with this show. But I think they realize that there's a lot of well, I don't want to say tender souls, but a lot of souls that are just so weary from this thousands of years of fighting this tyranny that it's just really difficult to wake up to and to face the reality of how we've been played so badly. Um, there's lots of memes out there that, and even me, I've made up a lot. I've actually sat there and photoshopped a bunch and trying to get a meaning across to people. Because one thing I think we all realize is like a talking head can only go so far, but you need to show pictures and examples of what you're talking about. So that's why, the creation of memes, on the internet it was great. I mean, because people have a tendency to understand it more. In other words, a picture paints 1,000 words, so a picture says a lot more than just words. So, and one of my favorites out there, I actually printed it out, and it says a lot to me because this is the one that says, stand up against tyranny. But for me, it also says a lot of things like, for instance, well, first of all, we're being controlled by very few amount of people. Like there's just so many people at the top, but all of us are willing to obey because they've got some sort of authority on us. They don't really, but they act like they do, and especially because they take care of all their friends and everything. So anybody that's got power, it's not coincidence that they're at the top or the influential. You know what I mean? In this controlled world that we live in, and it goes to show you someone's willing to stand up against them. So that's why I've always loved this one as well. And this is another thing that's really hard for people to understand, is because we have this mentality that if all these people here or all these people here are willing to say no, this is the way things are supposed to be and this is okay, and one person is against it, for some reason there's power in numbers, and we always feel that the majority rules, or like this guy is the one that's crazy. This guy is the one that stands out, nonconformist, critical thinker. He's the one that stands out, and he's wrong. So they're all thinking to themselves, you crazy person, just obey what this guy's saying, and then we can all get back to not being picked on. Because this guy's gonna pick on these people until this person either gets kicked out of here, taken out, or something. But then when a few other people are willing to have enough bravery to stand up against these other people, then it becomes a bit more of a movement. Then these people think, well, okay, these people are still crazy, granted, but there's more crazy people, or basically truthers, that are willing to stand up against this guy, or basically our controllers. So that's why this is a really good example of that. But this is the reality. Not only is there power in numbers, but in reality, when we all wake up and we realize this guy is nothing. He was claiming to be our controller, but he's not. And for all willing to do this is that, combined consciousness to stand up against this tyranny. We can defeat him, and that's what we're doing right now. That's why this is one of my favorite memes out there. It's very simple, but it says a lot. So really, that's kind of where we're at. Like, it's about getting the majority of us to stand up against this tyranny and say, no, they're wrong. Because they're obviously wrong. Who are they? We are sovereign beings. We're meant to be free. Who is this minority that says you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way, and you got to give all your money to me, and you can stay poor, and all their crazy rules. Like, after a while, for me, obviously, I started picking up on that when I was younger. I was thinking, this is really unfair. This world is really unfair. There's something going on up here. But as usual, most people understand or come to terms with the fact that we can't really do too much about it because we're just one person, and that's why that meme still holds true. It's like, okay, but at least it takes one person to say no. One person that says, no, I'm not going to take this anymore. And then, it might be joined with another brave person. Okay, that's two. But then, because I think what it boils down to is if it really rings true with us deep in our hearts, we realize, okay, it's worth fighting for, or it's worth, and that's why you see all these stories and movies that are written about that, where there's a lot of us out there that are willing to stand up against tyranny, against something that's wrong, at all consequences. Like, it means, okay, I'm willing to even die for it. I don't, but I want to just be at least put like, be noted. Okay, I said no. And that's kind of what I've been doing, actually, even since this last 2 years. I'm just saying no. I'm not going to follow these mandates, period. So, that's just one person. But it's picking up, and there's more of us and more of us and more of us out there. So I don't feel so alone. Now, I don't think people are willing to do that unless they're either guided by their heart or they just know it's the right thing to do. Like, I'm not doing this just to be odd and to be weird, to stand out and be picked on or something. No, I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do, guys. We're not supposed to be told what to do. We have freedom of choice. We do. Or that's what we're heading into more of. We've got to break free from them. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now, that there's more of us waking up, and I guess in some ways, like I said, the people that are helping us with this fight are saying, okay, you guys at the front, just settle down. Okay, just wait, because we'll wait for these other people to catch up to us, okay? Because they will join in on the fight. And I got to admit, when they do join in, that becomes this majority. So, in the end, this is what we're shooting for. Everybody is woken up, and everybody's going, yes, you're right. Yes, you were right all along, and you guys were right. And now we all know that you're right. This guy was trying to control us, and he's got no right to do that. So that's my little using pictures there to explain my point. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. We're waking up a lot more people, and they have to be woken up slowly and subtly. And I get it. I don't want to just keep hammering out the truth at them. Nobody wants to hear that, but enough to just at least be an example for them, and then also just remind them, you guys, we don't have to listen to these control freaks. No, we don't. So we're breaking free. Anyway, that's my little, hang in there. And October's going to be a big month because a lot more truth is coming out, as we know, and a lot more people are standing up against them. So this is going to be a really critical month. This is really awesome. So, but at the same time, the bad guys are still pushing back until they're going to fight to the end, obviously. So Anyway, so stay positive and yeah, just try to keep that consciousness high, our our vibes and our energy high. No matter how much they keep throwing bad things at us, we'll survive. We'll get over this, and we're gonna win. Well, we already won, like I said, but we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon. Okay, that's it for today. Talk to you later. Bye.